I'm eventually going to make a long version of my story, but here's the short version. So when I was a kid, my mom gave me to my dad at 5 years old. I was molested, beaten, mistreated by all of my mom's boyfriends. And then when I moved in with my dad, I was molested then as well. I had no attention growing up. I kind of my dad was there, and my dad is my rock, don't get me wrong. But I pretty much raised myself. My older brother, he's 10 years older than me, and he hated me. He chased me up the stairs with a knife and stuff. So I was pretty much on my own. I didn't really have friends. I didn't really have family, any of that. So when I moved out of my mom's and came to my dad's, my older sister on my dad's side, she kind of took over the mom role for me. And then later on in life, she abandoned me for crack as well. My mother abandoned me for crack too, by the way. Let me just throw that out there. So my sister abandoned me for crack as well. Well, then at 13 years old, I smoked marijuana with my mother, my real mom. She gave me weed, and then I smoked weed every day of my life for a really long time. And at 20 years old, at 16 years old, I got pregnant, and at 17, my dad abandoned me. He went off to California, and me and my baby dad were off to fend for ourselves with our little baby. So from 16 to 20, it was a struggle. It was pretty rough. We were homeless a couple times, and we really had to figure it out. So when we started to figure it out, we were about 19, 20 years old, and that's whenever we started smoking crack. And then we smoked crack for a while, but I ended up getting pregnant with my son, with my second child. And so I stopped smoking crack, but my baby daddy didn't, although I didn't realize it at the time. So we were on a really rocky slope for the last few years there, and he left me when my son was 9 months old. So after 7 years of constant relationship, he left me, abandoned me, and in my mind, I'm only 21 years old, and I did not plan on having 2 kids and raising them by myself. I didn't realize that was going to be the case. So anyways, I got all strung out. I was IV, heroin, and meth addict for years. I died multiple times, more times than I can count, but 2 of those times I had a spiritual encounter. The first time there was color and I heard God's voice. Like I said, this is a short story. One of these days I will make a video of how the spiritual encounters went. But the first time I heard God's voice. The second time I went to hell. After I went to hell, I went to rehab. I got it together because I don't want to go there forever. And I found God, and Jesus has absolutely restored and redeemed me and turned me into someone I never thought that I can be. And now I'm a peer recovery specialist, and I'm well on my way to becoming a addiction therapist. So if you are struggling with addiction and you feel like there's no hope, there is. Call out to Jesus. He says, seek me with all your heart and you will find me. Don't forget the part that says all your heart, because if you seek him with all your heart, he will find you. It's been proven true so many times.